Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. I disappeared for a few days there because frankly, how many seconds am I into this video? Long enough. Fuck this week and the horse it rode in on, cause Jesus. It's not been a good one. And despite what many people think of reactors, I don't personally like to come on here too often when I'm really not in a good mood, because generally it just makes me take things too seriously. And I know I have a very nuanced interest, but I don't want to be here being a complete bitch unintentionally. If I say things, I want it to be intentional and I don't want it to be emotions driven. But it has indeed been a bad week. However, the positives of this are that it's Thursday, and that means I've got a fresh cup of coffee, I don't have work tomorrow, and I'm going to do very little this weekend. Now, I had initially tried to get a react out yesterday. I had just Zane's cut down of her 3 lives, because she's put out quite a lot considering. I then ended up cutting out the Christmas meal mukbang she did because I didn't feel that it was necessary. It didn't add anything in terms of information. And I've cut down into the things I wanted to talk about. However, by the time I got down to that about 18-minute video, it was already 8 p.m. and I just couldn't stay awake long enough to film and edit it. So I thought I'd do it today, and more things have happened today. So we are gonna have what I believe is a 4-in-1, I believe. Because I've got 2 out of the 3 from Just Saying, and Barbecue Chillin' covered 2. I don't have the name of the last one where she accidentally flipped her camera, spoiler alert, because apparently she deleted it right away. So we're just gonna get in here and try and cover as much of the content that has happened over the last few days as is necessary. And we're gonna try and make it somewhat fun for where my brain is at the moment. So I believe we're starting with her spice haul, and the title was something to do with the cat name. Then we're going on to today's stuff.
My mom brought up a picture. This is me.
This was actually a really nice picture of her. That's cute. She looked so normal when she was a kid. You know, like the potential of her as a human being that ended up wasted. And I kept this in because it just reminded me of when she had that photo album from like her family that she ended up picking apart. Like, if this is an actual photo that's been found, get a frame for it, put it up, have pride of place somewhere. Something to make your apartment feel a bit more like a home, you know? And she covers it up and then shows us. Look, why cover it up at all? That is full on 80s, but I respect it. It's a sweet picture of them.
That's my mom. She was about 18 here. I was a teenage pregnancy and she's reading. My mom read to me a lot. Every night I needed at least 2 books. Like,
look at all the good it did her. Despite Chantel being the exception that proves the rule, reading to your kids is important. Good job.
okay, I have a haul. I went to a market in Cornwall. They have Syrian stuff.
I've left this in, it's very short.
Woke up today and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna order a sugar cookie oat latte and have a breakfast sandwich. That would have been probably about $25 after delivery and after tip and delivery and everything, probably about $30.
Ask yourself if that's going to be about $30. And bear in mind, her Christmas meal that I cut out, the price on the site was like for delivery was about $30 plus all of those things. How much do you think she spent on takeout since she got home? I mean, even if we said just breakfast and she got breakfast every other day instead of every day, she's been there a month. When we talk about wasted money, there aren't many people who can afford to live like that, and Foodie is no longer one of them.
Or I can cook food I already have. It's always the dilemma for me. So what I want to do today is actually, I want to think of a time warp to do. What should I get? What can I do as
I will not be gaslit by this. Her time warps were well-received content, and it would be a way to get around the current limitations, I do believe, because it would sort of be historical research. I also watch Tasting History with Max Miller. I want to get his cookbook. I've been holding off on it though, because I can get it on Amazon, but it's very unlikely I'll be able to find ingredients here. So I'm just like, is it worth it? But part of me wants it, you know? But it would be a way for her to do kind of food themed content and sort of make it something else as well. And she should start looking at expanding her content in that way. We'll talk a bit more about that later.
Oh yeah, my grandfather. Sorry, Dad. Sorry guys, I hate to do this a lot. So my grandfather is coming for Christmas from Florida. I have not seen my grandfather in a while.
Her grandfather is the one that has the cabin that they took her to when they were doing the intervention, right? Speaking of interventions, we're going to talk about that in a minute as well. That was why I didn't want to just leave this one, because I think her attitude change was triggered, even though we all know the cycle. I think it was triggered by her going to visit her family.
So...
Or she went to visit because it was triggered, you know?
Like years, probably, at this point. And he really wants to see us for Christmas. It might be the last Christmas, not to be morbid, and it's really sad, but I was really close with my grandfather as a child, because we lived with them for a while.
I wonder what he thinks of her now. I mean, we know she'll always be family, she'll always be his granddaughter, but I wonder what it's like to look at the person Chantal has become and think back to her early childhood when there's really no way to know, and just sort of wonder how we went so left at the traffic lights.
My grandfather's in his late 80s.
I was going to say, he must be getting on. I know her mum's young, so that does give them a bit of extra time, but late 80s is pretty good innings.
And he's not well, and I hope it's not the last Christmas with him, of course. But it could be, like, you know, he's not well.
Given that he's not well, you would have thought she would have reached out before, you know? Chantal doesn't prioritise people like that.
Yeah, he knows I'm her jabby. My grandparents, my grandma had really bad mental health, and she was just like freaked out one day and told them to get out. And he couldn't put up with her mental health.
Couldn't put up with her mental health, or couldn't put up with her not taking care of her mental health. Although I would say for that generation and further back, there was probably far less help available. But never let it be said that Chantal learns anything from these experiences.
Sounds familiar. Mm-hmm. No, he's seen pictures of me in it in video, but...
Oh, so he knows that you're a hijabi kind of secondarily. You haven't spoken to him while you've been one.
Yeah, that'll make the Christmas more special, for sure. He's my last remaining grandparent.
Grandparent?
Poor mental health runs on both sides of my family, unfortunately.
And no coping mechanisms learned.
I realize... I want to apologize. I don't know to who, just an apology, I guess. Can you imagine, when I go back to a month ago when I got here, there's a picture I took of myself where I felt my lowest, and I said, I'm going to take a picture of my face.
This was strange. One, can we imagine? We don't need to, we've been here. But two, isn't that quite telling of her life that she's like, I'm depressed, I'm feeling really low, which is a valid feeling. Whatever we may think about the loophole marriage, it failed and now she's in Canada. In a life that by all accounts she doesn't particularly enjoy. I'm not saying she didn't step into that willingly, knowingly, and with great force, but this is where we are, and it puts everything in rather harsh relief. Why would your first instinct be, let me take a picture? Because all that tells us is that her first instincts are to take it to show somebody. Look, I took this picture of myself, aren't I sad? I mean, in the case of an actual emotion, and rather than pathetic. I feel like that shouldn't be your first instinct, you know?
It was my grief face. I'm probably gonna laugh, but it was like really, I was so confused, disoriented, sad, lonely, no hope. And I realized, yeah, because I'm not a boss.
No hope is the key word there. Salah has foolishly given her hope, whether she should have taken it as such or not.
I'm not a boss bee. I'm like, I'm a totally like dependent, toxic mess. Yeah. And no matter where I move, that's not going to change. But if you're in a country...
No matter where you go, that's not going to change. Hopeful for the future, are we? I'm just going to have to live with it. No one can actually change these things.
Like Syria and you're not together, like, it's really bad. Like, my mental health was just really bad. But actually, the people, I gotta say, they're really, really, really nice. So, yeah. Syria's a beautiful country, too. It's just that, you know, I needed to be back here to work on myself.
And she's done so much of that work, you guys.
I have to work on myself. There's no evading that anymore. No, I have these moments of self-awareness, but I think, like, SB, this time it's like, yeah, I know.
I personally think this moment, as I said, has sprung from this visit. Now, whether her mum came in and did like an intervention type thing, or if they invited her down and then through actually having connection with human beings, she's been able to get around here. I don't know how serious on either side it was. But if her mum drove down and took her back, I feel like some kind of intervention between her mum and her aunt has occurred. Especially if she's most likely to listen to her aunt of any of her other family. Because all her stuff's online, her family's just as capable of watching it as any of us are. So she's come back from this visit she had back to Cornwall, and she's full of very much phase 1 ideas of all the changes she's going to make at some point in the future. Dreaming is a form of planning after all.
No, right, Mr. Lover? I completely made sure it was safe and she had lots of food and treats. And anyway, every time I get home...
She went away for 2 nights and left the kitten. I know she went overnight before and left it, and I still wouldn't think with a kitten that age you would do that, but I suppose if you had a settled cat 1 night and you were leaving late and coming back early, I suppose could be handled. But 2 nights for a young pet, that doesn't seem right.
I'm not leaving her alone for 2 nights anymore. It's going to be 1 only, if ever. Yeah, Betty. So what I'm going to do, whenever I got here, I forgot about God completely. I just thought about all these problems and I have to work.
I don't believe any of the redevotion to God stuff she's coming out with. I've said before that I think she likes the idea of God as someone who, if she says sorry, forgives her. To her, I think any vision of God that she follows, be it Allah, be it the Christian God, be it whoever, is this idea of, I can ask forgiveness and I'll be given it no matter what I do. And I think in some way she needs that reassurance, that kind of final safety net of it doesn't matter because God will never have the choice of leaving me, in a way that she doesn't get from people around her because she exhausts people around her. However, I think it's presenting this way because of Salah, which we will talk about later, and I think she's going hard on it because beginning of a new cycle, she's got a new aim, and her presenting herself like this is part of it.
Worry about myself, and I'm like, no, all you need to focus, have to focus on basically just yourself, bettering yourself, all the self-care, and I'm just gonna do that, work on giving the rest to God, doing what I can in my power, and I'm just gonna see in a year, I'm just gonna go balls to the wall. Well, it's not
balls to the wall never works for her.
It's not gonna be Papa Swolio level, but it's gonna be more action, less talk. Yeah, that's what I'm good at talking.
Any action.
And planning, but more action, less talk. But what is that action gonna be? Well, like I said, I just have to try to fill my days with things so I don't get depressed. No wonder I was depressed. I used to just seal all day long and be...
When you say used to, nothing seems to have changed. And when we talk about planning, actually, she's not very good at planning either. Her plans always seem to be quite vague. She never really has actionable steps on a timeline, which is what a real plan needs. She doesn't make them quantifiable in a way she can stick to.
He's not going to wait a year for you. This is just for me.
He's not going to wait a year from you. It seems there has been a conversation, I can't remember if it's in this or if it comes later. Oh, it's in the one from today. At some point, Salah has said, what you're doing right now is not what we need, it doesn't work. You're going to have to get yourself together, and some point in the future, months from now, if there's a consistent change, we'll consider things. I think he said that as a brush off and eventually he's going to disappear, but she is very much taking it as, in X months, if I can show this behaviour, I will be back together with him. I would say that is unrealistic. More unrealistic would be the idea that she could maintain this facade for very long, because she's never been able to. And as I said, I don't believe for a second that she has got the actual will and belief underneath it to maintain it for any other reason. But we're going to hear a lot of this now because her aim is get Salah back.
There are no intentions with any romance in this year, except for...
In this year. No, the aim would be after the year, after she's proven herself.
With myself. I'm not going to be sitting here crying over any man, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to, prioritize health and well-being for myself. Because number one, if you're going to do this for anyone else, it takes away the whole value.
She's really pushing on this in the sense of the lady doth protest too much. But no, it's for me. It's not an empty shell. I'm not just doing it for you, Salah. Believe me, I've changed. That same kind of crazy eye.
Fall in love with yourself. Eat, pray, bees. It's the eat, pray, bees era, yes.
I wouldn't be against that name if she maintained this.
And I think one thing, can we start by going outside today?
No,
Not today, strawberries.
Oh, you want me to make the tiniest of changes? No, friend.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember crying when I first got here and was like, I have no purpose in life. I have no purpose. And I didn't. I really didn't. Like, how like, I could tell I forgot about God because I was crying. There's no point, like, there's no point to my life. There's nothing.
She wasn't crying because there was no God. She was crying because there was no man. Everything was pointless because she had no man. Basic hygiene was pointless because she had no man. Who cares if I stink? I don't need deodorant. There's no one there.
There's nothing. And then, like, I'm starting to see everything I do have and the potential that I do have and the opportunities that I do have that some people don't have. And I need to really...
I know she thinks she's being really convincing. This is all a performance for Salah. And frankly, if he's dumb enough to fall for it, he deserves her.
Work on it. Like, you know, I don't want to overwhelm myself, though, and get, like, you know... Like, before I would just go all... You know how I am. Like, extreme diets, gym memberships I would never use. So it doesn't have to look like that. It can...
Well, she can't afford to do that now, so...
It literally can just look like us going to a big store and walking around.
Yes, it could. But you still haven't done that. I'd be here for it. And now she's flipped the camera, and I'm sure if I go on Twitter right now, her address is going to be somewhere. She doesn't actually have to fear being doxxed because it will have already happened, so she can actually do content.
Or going to an event, or... Like, I need to give my life purpose.
Yes. If not purpose, then at least schedule. But you still haven't done it, so why are we talking about it? Do it, try it, and then talk about it. That's what I mean when I say actionable, measurable steps. Smart goals, Foodie.
I have, like, a clean slate right now, you know? So I gotta really figure out what the heck to do. I do notice more people's lives and routines now. Like, I like to watch, like, people's live streams sometimes, like, doing regular life stuff, because it gives me ideas, like, okay, it motivates me to live my life.
Sometimes she sounds like a robot that's been told to imitate a human. It's like, oh, how do I live a life? Let me watch some videos to figure that out. What do people do in a routine? It's like she's acting based on a story she heard once.
Time to exfoliate my legs. Time to get a pedicure. Time to... Because I was, like, doing a shower, like, in the shower, and, you know, I was using a really yummy...
Doing a shower in the shower?
Smelly exfoliant that I got, and I thought, this reminds me of Salah, because all of this shower stuff I would do to smell good and be softer and stuff, and all that was from my husband.
I don't think for a second they ever got that close, but confirmed that she doesn't shower unless she's with someone. Remember when she used to tell us that her ex used to make her go to the shower straight away? Foodie has said too much.
But it's like, why? Like, your skin still needs care, even if a man is not looking at it.
Of course it does. Go clean yourself.
Like, you know, like, I'm trying to change my brain. I don't know. I felt really panicky being alone at first, and now I'm starting to feel like this is my place. This is my life, and I can literally live it how I want to. And...
Now, is that a result of her family finally stepping in? Or is it a result of the conversation she's having with Salah, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, it's for me. This is like a me era, like, you know? Responsibility era. Not young and dumb anymore.
Well, not young anyway.
It takes time, it really does. I didn't expect my body to react the way it did when I got here, like, in complete shock. Because every issue, it was just, like, waiting for me. Like, I'm just like, oh.
It's almost like if you run away from your problems, it just makes them worse when you have to deal with them.
You know, I had my tantrums. Yes, oh my gosh, Grape. I love watching people romanticize their life. Exactly.
What?
I need to, like, romanticize, like, doing every little thing to make it more enjoyable. Like,
you don't have to romanticize every little thing, but you can take basic pleasure in your life. We talked about this when she was talking about decorating. Well, it's temporary and it doesn't matter, but there's something to be said about feeling good within your own life, whatever that looks like to you.
wow, let's bring the butter to the fridge.
Again, it's somebody who's just kind of heard of what an emotion sounds like and now is trying to fake it.
I don't know. I was so, like, ready to just take off and go anywhere in the world, like go buy a plane ticket. Like
Doesn't
you know.
shock me. She would have done terribly if she'd gone anywhere except back to Salah, but back to Salah would have been terrible as well, so... It's a little troll in me that just wants to see her do it because I know how much she'd hate it, but I don't actually want her to. I want to stay in Canada.
And why? Why do I feel the need to flee? Like...
Because you hate your life. Because you make absolutely no attempt to fix it, and if you stay, you have to face the reality. Try doing some work on it so you can stand it.
New chapters. It's got to be the best. It's got to. We got to go out with a bang. Okay.
And that was unexpectedly morbid. We've got to go out with a bang. So regardless of what she does, like, this is the end of my life, man. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
So I need to have some goals for this. I have, like, I'm going to do it era by era. So for this year, my goal, financial freedom, that's going to take a bit longer than a year. But I want to be on the way. So I want to continue.
I want to know how much she still owes. She's put a figure of 20 grand on what she's paid off. We know she owes a lot in back taxes, but I'd be interested to know kind of what her payment plan is. I know her last one finished, but she'll have a new one in place at some point. This is stuff that actually interests me. I also don't think it's a coincidence that the finances are first, because again, in the back of her mind is the safety net of Salah coming back. And for that, she's going to need to be in a position where she can do stuff.
Paying off my debts. Like I said, because the cost of living, like, where I was, like, traveling around, and I had someone helping me financially, Salah, so I was able to pay off a good 20 grand, you know? I have debts to continue to pay. I want to continue rebuilding credit. I want to, and health. Like, I need to work on my health, because I'm not going to be here at 60 if I don't do that now.
She's not going to be here at 50 if she doesn't do that now. I say that as someone who's only slightly older than her, you know? Like, you gotta be careful.
Investment in mental health, yeah. It's fine. Like, my beliefs can totally work with my life. Improving myself is very much valued in Islam. Taking care of your body.
It's one of the reasons she had such trouble with it.
Cleanliness, that's why there's the ritual to clean your body 5 times a day before you pray. I'm telling you something else I'm learning. You gotta watch your tongue in life. You gotta watch your mouth.
She's not learning this. This wasn't her family. This was Salah. Because, I want to pay off my debts. I want to take my health more seriously. And I want to watch my tongue in public? How convenient that you've learned this.
Because what you say and how you make people feel will really come back to bite you. It will. And that goes for me too. Everything, you know. What should I make for dinner? Not group therapy. But that would be good, actually. I should go to some of that.
Please don't. Like, please go to therapy. But she would be such a pain in any group she was in. It would be detrimental to everyone else. Work with a therapist one-on-one first.
Don't you want to go to date BBJ Cut? No, it's not important to me, Harley Quinn. Why would I want that to affect me now?
I don't really want to get into that whole topic on here, but I've left in a little bit just because she's talking about it, but we're not going to massively cover it.
I've moved on. That's years ago. I've made my peace in my heart with BBJ gone, and that's it for me.
I don't believe that for a sec. She has retold the story of what really happened with BBJ and her leaving 1,000 times. She still very much cares. However, her just saying, no, I'm not interested, I've moved on, would be the smartest thing to do. But then if she were going to do that, she wouldn't address it here.
Nothing else anyone says or does or presents to me will affect me. And I've made that decision consciously.
You've made it consciously, but you can't support it emotionally.
Chapter closed. Let's stamp it.
Okay.
Let's commence the official start of a new chapter. We're divorced in the eyes of God, but legally no. But we will be. Because of the fact that there's some filing and stuff that has to happen. That's.
I think the dad's doing it. Whatever it was, it would only be recognised in Syria anyway, which means the dad must be taking care of it.
Oh, but I did my part. I signed things. Goodbye. When she gets back in office, Cal Patch will contact me. But in the meantime, I'll do normal therapy.
This, I assumed, was about her health insurance. Apparently, she is moving forward with getting it now. I can only hope both her mom and her aunt were like, are you fucking stupid? Get your health insurance.
Speaking of saving money, no, but this will last me like probably the year. I won't have to buy spices for a year.
You barely cook? You could not buy spices for a year and be fine.
So we have some bay leaves. This is cheap. Look how cheap these are though. Cumin for $1.99.
Okay. But you're one person. How much are you going to use?
Got some cardamom, and you can use this for Indian dishes and Arabic. Oregano, smells good. Oregano, coriander, macdous, it's in the fridge. We have some grilled olives. You
I have a question about how much you spent on this, by the way.
see the grill marks on them? You guys know I always eat those. Some turmeric, cinnamon. I know I should have bought the spices in Syria. I'm stupid. But this is a Syrian-owned place. So yeah, 7 spice. Oh, that smells good.
nice.
The Arabic 7 spice is the best. We got some cloves, capsa spice. We have some paprika. They're all $1.99, stuff like that. I'm not sure.
So she's saying all the spices are $1.99. How on earth did she spend $60? She doesn't have 30 things here.
Expensive. I have some za'atar because I miss za'atar. $60. But these are all spices. Like I'm
What else did you buy?
starting from scratch, right? So I have no spices. But yes, I have all the spices I need to cook. So I'll
Yeah, all spices need to cook, so she went straight into takeout.
come back on later tonight. Put them in some nice aesthetic jars. I need to get some jars. I think I'll go online and look for some. Maybe the dollar store. There's about
She could take us around the dollar store. With her having to be so careful online right now, like dollar store, little vlog around, great idea. I think it's pretty well known at the moment that a lot of people have been demonetized in the last few days. We've had Amber, I heard Nikocado got demonetized. Hungry Fat Chick, I'm not sure if it's just one of her channels or if it's now both. And I believe I heard that Glitter and Lasers got demonetized as well. So Foodie has flown under that wire. I personally believe it's because her old content was shut down for so long. And the newer stuff, although there's food wrapped up in it, she doesn't talk directly about a lot of her food problems, and therefore it's not bumping up so much against the new language. Because you can look at her and know that she has a problem with food, but the issue is imitatable behavior. And as she's not really connecting what she's eating to the issues behind why she's eating it in her current content at least, there's a less direct link where people can say, this second, and YouTube can be like, yeah, I see that, you're down. Sorry, just had to close the window. The call to prayer was coming through and it was quite loud outside.
been like too heavy. My stomach is messed up from the anxiety. Really bad. Like sometimes I just randomly barf.
I would not put that down to anxiety. Mental health can have a big effect on your physical health, absolutely. But she's got so many physical problems. If I were randomly throwing up, I'd want to go see a doctor. Like, she can get reimbursed for her medical expenses. She doesn't have to wait for her card to come. So the fact that she's finding money to order food, but she's not finding money to go to an urgent care is insane to me.
Like I'll feel like an intense anxiety in my stomach and I'll throw up.
What does that mean, an intense anxiety in your stomach? Like, what physical symptom is that? Because it seems like she's describing a feeling, and I think she's putting it down to anxiety just so that she doesn't have to worry about it anymore, because she's got no plans to do anything about the physical issues she's currently facing.
It's weird. Anyway, I followed up with the healthcare, so I'm gonna hear soon. What's the next step? But it's freezing and I have to walk. But that's
Well, that's part of your new life now.
a good goal, I guess. Get that healthcare. I'm taking my anxiety meds, but the THC in large amounts, not good for me.
I think the THC conversation has been a family conversation. I know Salah doesn't like it, but I think given how terrible she's been online the past week, I think that's why the mom's come up. Because she said, look, you're depressed, I want to come up, I want to come help you with your apartment, assuming it was filthy. And then she took her back. The fact that mom took her back to Cornwall for a couple of days is the big one for me.
But I feel like my body is like, I gotta get that under control. Like I gotta wean it off and get off. Because my mind has been chaotic, YouTube lover, and I'm constantly in a perpetual, like, I've been like, okay, I want to get out of here, I want to leave, I want to go to any country. That's why I was like, I gotta think about it. But stupid, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna be here.
Yeah.
And honestly, as of like yesterday, I started feeling like I want to be here. So, Syria's beautiful.
And again, this could clearly just be a front to show Salah what a changed woman she is. But I do think this is a result of some family conversations. She has so little in terms of real human relationships. It's actually very, very rare for her to have those kinds of conversations face to face where she can't dismiss them. Because whatever you might think of her family dynamic or the relationship she has there, they have stepped in before when she has been in need, whether you think they should or shouldn't. And at the very least, we know that she talks to her aunt and is willing to hear things from her aunt, like the aunt saying, no, you should get properly assessed. What you're doing is not normal. She's willing to hear that from the aunt in a way she's not willing to hear it from a lot of other people.
Beautiful country, beautiful people, and I'm so happy that they've been liberated, and I wish the best for them, but it's not for me.
Clip it.
Not to live. I want to take on, I also want to find some kind of like passion project. Like, once I have a better...
I shouldn't have found this so funny, but the idea of a passion project is you make a project out of a passion you have. Foodie doesn't feel passionately about anything except food. And the way she feels passionately for food is not a way that's easily monetized. Because it's consuming garbage. It's not like, okay, Tasting History, that other channel I watch. Or I watch, Anti-Chef. People who have a genuine interest in food who can monetize that content. Everything she ever says about food is just an excuse to put more junk in her face.
Routine going and everything. Or like, setting up like an Etsy shop, like, making...
I hate crafts!
beauty bites of something. Or making something.
No. We've had this conversation before back when she was looking at merch or doing her own beauty line or whatever. Would you trust anything that she had ever made? And I don't mean kind of crafty drawings, that kind of thing. I mean food or beauty. Things that your body would absorb in some way. I'm not entirely sure I would trust being in the same room as her, let alone consuming something she had produced.
The paintings I've been wanting to make of people. Sell your art? Yeah, I need to do something.
Didn't she take a commission for an artwork she'd ever sent?
You would be really good at that. I can paint you.
No, she wouldn't be.
Like maybe I can make, I don't know. Like you can buy so many cute little things on Temu, like little packaging. You can buy cute...
I'll just buy a load of tat and Temu and send it to you.
Packaging so cheap for have my own business, like a little side thing where I sell things like
choosies.
I don't know, look into like some kind of like beauty skincare or it's not hard, it's just a bunch of oils. Like
it's not hard, it's just a bunch of oils. God. This the woman who can't be online without a filter on her skin because it's so appalling. Skincare isn't hard. It's not like I'm not known for my hygiene.
Like jojoba oil and stuff. I don't know, stuff like that. Do you think Amberlynn will come back? If she gets her channel back, yeah. Why would she post content though on here? I don't think so. I would like...
Because whether you're currently monetized or not, if you are planning on appealing and on reapplying, you need to maintain your audience. Because between the dramas, Girl World is quite boring. And so if you're not producing drama, it's going to be pretty easy for people to forget about you.
To learn how to make my own bread, sourdough bread, or some kind of bread.
Sourdough bread. Augustus Gloop is still frozen. I managed to resist the urge to start baking again. Someone told me the second wife content she'd been consuming was a woman who had this tent home and baked bread. I wonder if that's why she's suddenly into it.
Let's go on an adventure. Can you please name your live stream with proper titles? Make a reference of what lives consist of.
Oh God, that would be nice. But she doesn't plan them enough to know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I will do that now.
No, she won't.
Because I never know, really. I set the intention for a live and then...
Yeah, she relies entirely on the chat to give her content. So she can't tell you what she's going to talk about because she doesn't usually know. We're now changing lives. She baited doing a new cat name and then didn't name her.
The kindest person you know? Well, if they demonetize me and they ain't never seeing me again, I'm going to get in a job. But...
Foodie, do tell me more about your career plans. I would love to know what it is you think you can do. She has been rather nonchalant about the idea of losing her channel considering how much demonetization has been going on. But she is deep in a fuck around and find out arc, so I guess we'll find out. Like I said, her content in the last few years has been a little bit more diverse and she does have other avenues she could follow to keep her channel a little more on the right side of YouTube's laws, however inconsistently enforced. But I wouldn't be quite so casual about it.
Bye. Okay, what platform should I go on if that happens?
This would actually make sense, like starting a new platform. However, so clearly no intention to get another job, by the way, changing in a few seconds there. But the time to build a new platform is not after this one's demonetized. If she's going to do it, she should build it now, get it monetized now, keep it there by whatever means necessary, and have it as a backup.
I'll need money like yesterday, so I need to like monetize fast.
Okay, or monetize now and keep it monetized. If she's going to go to Twitch, if she's going to go to Kick, if she's going to go to any of the other platforms, now is the time to do it, not after it's too late.
And the last girl standing, Twitch, Rumble. Now Twitch, you get kicked off easy too. The problem is like
I've not been on other platforms, so I don't know.
Amber Lynn and Rosie are both over 500 pounds. I'm not saying that in any way.
It's a little mean, but I think she means look, they're very extreme in terms of how they look, but she doesn't really realise that so is she.
It is discrimination. Especially that I could literally scroll for 1 minute and find a channel that is more offensive.
It's not about offence, it's about the nuance of what you're talking about. When we looked through the YouTube, the new wording on the YouTube, why am I forgetting every word I've ever learned? I'm out of coffee as well. I think I'm just at the point where coffee is no good. We're just where we are. When we looked at the exact wording on the YouTube questionnaire for monetization, the only thing they said about physical looks were that you couldn't show an emaciated body. And I think that was on purpose because it's easier to cut and dry a line of what looks emaciated than it is on what's too fat. There's a lot more arguments on the other side of that curve than there are for like the Eugenia Coonies, which is why so many of the demonetizations that we're seeing are like when it's whole channels are around channels that have repeatedly made and kept talking points that they don't want on the platform right now monetized. Foodie, because she deleted a ton of her content when she was making the big turnover of the new leaf, actually also deleted a ton of the information about when she was talking about her issues. And yes, it doesn't take a genius to look at her eating her food and say, well, she doesn't seem healthy. But YouTube would have trouble pinning down the language for that. But language they can pin down, she's not actually using at the moment. So it surely doesn't seem fair. You look at everything she's done and you think, surely not. You can't say they get demonetized and she doesn't. But she's actually skated through.
Then the girls, though, you know? I don't know. Depends. Because YouTube does have a policy, but they're not. How is it promoting it?
I'm not sure what the conversation there was when it said promoting it. I think she might have actually been referring to the inebriation clauses. And I think if anything's actually going to get her, I don't think it's going to be the food stuff. I think it's going to be her using substances and then referring to them as medicine or saying, no, they help you sleep. Because that is misinformation that people could imitate that would be bad for them. Whereas when she says, well, food can just be food regardless of your size, she's not actually wrong. It's a much harder point to argue.
Okay, well, explain this. There was my video with my, the pizza, okay? Somebody probably mass recorded it because it got flagged, and then we usually removed it for self-harm. I appealed it. 15 minutes later, we reviewed it, we like physically reviewed your video, and we found that it did not violate our self-harm policy, and we...
Yeah, because she was really careful, even though she had the pizza there, to say, oh, I've eaten 2 pieces, oh, I'm done, I'm putting the rest in the fridge, I've had a bite of this. And even though we've got the history of Foodie and we don't believe her, the rando YouTube reviewer isn't going to care. He's like, oh, are you doing anything that looks particularly dangerous? No.
Reinstated your video. They're not consistent. I mean, the thing is are you not even allowed to just eat a meal? No eating allowed? I can understand harmful eating.
But then it's the question of, okay, what do you consider harmful? I think she would do better just to expand her content, but we'll see.
You can't tell someone who's fat it's harmful to eat. That's discrimination. That's
I don't think she's got a good argument with discrimination here, but they can tell her you can't use certain language or show certain things if you're eating.
That's so stupid. I think they let you know, in an email or something. The skinny mukbangers will get in trouble. Yeah. Those that mention weight. You'll get a notice about your paycheck. maybe Amberlynn and Rosie, they have like a different dynamic, like they have a different audience.
Actually, with her deleting a ton of her old stuff, it's not really the audience dynamic, but when you look at the tone of the channel, if you were new to the channel and you hadn't watched her past stuff, yes, food is an element of her channel, but what's left is also showing a lot of like the hijab stuff, the travel stuff, that kind of thing. It's more my life in Kuwait and Syria.
Audience dynamic? Like maybe they see like Amberlynn's content as like possibly influencing like people. I get emails from YouTube all the time, some I read, some I don't.
Well, that seems dangerous in the current climate. I would start reading those.
I should probably start reading them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are going to be more lawsuits when creators sue them back for, when creators sue them on the other side.
What possible reason could creators have to sue them on the other side? They're a private company. They can choose what they monetize.
Where should I go? I need to make an account somewhere else too. And I'll just talk. I can't even talk.
So she's worried, but not enough to do something.
Very much. Like, you have to watch what you say on here. Over there, you don't have to, but I don't know. I feel like I should watch what I say anyways.
I think it'll be a ripple effect. If anything happens with this as a larger platform, other platforms will take note.
Kick is $10 an hour. You get paid that way by Kick?
I do not know the pay methods of Kick.
$10 an hour? If I streamed for 24 hours, that would be what, $240?
It seems odd that that would be the case. Surely views has something to do with it.
So do I just not eat anything ever again, or what? On camera? Like, if it's...
Why don't you just make some other content?
God's plan that my channel goes, then it goes. If it stays, then it's God's plan. I don't want to do, like, what I guess I have to do wholesome content, guys.
I don't know what she considers wholesome content, but literally all she has to do is not talk about her issues with food online.
My channel will really die.
Although that does mean she also can't do a health journey because she's not allowed to talk about, like, weight and weighing in and stuff.
I'm going to try a wean off or something. I'm going to call tomorrow the addictions place. I sat on her.
Let's see. We haven't heard anything about that.
I got to be really careful. She didn't even cry. I sat on her and I went, oh, and I got up and she just was like, normal.
My God, she could have crushed that cat.
Don't squish the baby. I know, I was mortified. So I'm like, I gotta watch before I sit down on the bed. She should just be here. Oh. Okay.
Her cat has gotten so big. Look at the baby.
Hi. We're all around the same size. I'm like 150 pounds lighter, but that's a lot. I'm not being like derogatory.
She keeps saying that, but...
I'm not saying like that's a bad thing or anything. That is a lot.
She looks like she's getting higher as this goes on.
It's like, another level. I know it sounds like I'm like delusional, but it's actually like fact. Yeah.
We don't know her real size. I don't think it really matters that much because after you get past a certain point, surely you're just dealing with the same issues.
I'm shorter, you're right. She's like taller. They're both taller, I think, eh? Well, it would be nice if they could specify like their rules then.
They do specify their rules. Go read them.
Like, can mukbangs be allowed? Like, even if you want to be that way and be like, okay, 500 pounds you can't eat, you can't do that. So they won't ever say that. Fun things to look forward to, yeah. I gotta plan some stuff with people and, my mukbangs. True. The only thing that they've actually taken down, was a couple.
Oh, so she has things taken down.
Like a few talking about, diet. Maybe they don't want diet culture on their channel.
They don't want anything that can be misconstrued as somebody copying. So if people say, oh, look, I ate this today and I'm weighed in and this is what happened, people might copy them. If people say, hey, I'm having real trouble sleeping and now I'm super high and I can sleep fine, people might copy them.
Things. But give people a chance to clean up. You changed the policy. I mean, that wasn't a policy when they had that content up there, and they've been earning income on YouTube for over 10 years.
The language was made more definitive and more detailed, but actually it hasn't been okay for quite some time. Now, I can actually understand people thinking they're fine because it wasn't enforced very closely before now. But again, they would have had some kind of communication that they've clearly ignored. That's a them issue.
Or about 10 years, why don't you give people a chance to clean up their channels? If your rules change, that doesn't seem fair to completely demonetize, but somebody said it was a technical thing, so with the algorithm and...
Yeah, they've tightened up the AI, what would the word be? Sweeping? Checking? Overlords?
That's why I'm still doing my mukbangs, because the fact that they reinstated one.
They reinstated one and therefore I'm safe. Chantel. Another alternative as you're starting this whole new cycle would be putting other content out there. And we'll talk about that in this next video.
YouTube doesn't have to pay anyone at all.
No, they do not.
Can you imagine one day they just don't?
And that's where we finished. Can you imagine if one day they just don't? If she's not careful, we won't need to imagine. Now, I'm out of coffee. I'm just going to go and get another drink because I've actually had a headache all day because I'm a little bit dehydrated. And then we're going to start on Barbecue Chillin's 10-minute cut down of what happened today. Okay, I have a new drink. So the one that's left from today is Grief Update Groceries Chat Making Cozy Meal. So clearly she's very concerned about the current changes going on based on the thumbnail.
Gotta get a car. Like, the goal is a car this year.
When she says this year, it's currently December 5th, I think.
Oh, and avocado got demonetized too. You know? It's like people always say, and it seems to...
I was a little bit surprised by that, but I did see, I think I was doom scrolling on Twitter, that he had posted on Facebook looking for a new partner. Is this him pivoting to romance content?
That YouTube has that attitude too, that like, you shouldn't rely on YouTube as like a job. Like, if you started doing...
I don't think YouTube has the attitude that you shouldn't rely on it as a job. I think YouTube has the attitude that if you're going to be on the platform, you should follow the rules.
Content, you were making thousands more a month than you would working at a job. Wouldn't you consider that your job?
If you were making thousands a month working on YouTube instead of at a job, wouldn't you treat it better? Wouldn't you think, probably I shouldn't fuck this up? And yet here you are endangering the opportunity for no reason other than the fact that you're stubborn and lazy, obviously.
Probably feel the same way. That's my guess. I wish I could show you guys while I'm in the kitchen, but unfortunately.
Spoiler alert.
People suck, okay?
Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah. Or you only have to worry about it a tiny bit more.
Oh yeah, Sahara. Whoa.
Whoops.
Highlight of the day.
Clearly, again, spoiler alert, it wasn't. What happened to all the magnets she had?
My chin hider! I'm just joking.
You're not joking, 'cause that's exactly how you treat it.
You think I could show you my floor, or will people dox me?
Too late.
Anyway, coffee muffin is my official breakfast. When I first got here, a month ago, did you guys get the impression that I was like happy, or?
No. Nothing about you presents happiness or satisfaction with your life.
I mean, like, I don't feel like I can talk about, like, stuff, like, I'll get demonetized. So just, like...
Well, maybe if you developed your life beyond food a little.
Reflecting, like, on how I'm feeling now, I have no plan and I still don't. No, I do have a plan. Right now, I'm just, like,
Me trying to casually pull in my chair. Tell me more about your plans, Foodie, go on.
taking care of the home and getting used
Oh, this is the top she bought in the haul she did.
to it and, like, liking it. I was so miserable. I hated it here. I'm like,
We know.
I could not live here. The more I spend time here, I'm doing a lot of mental work, guys. And honestly, the first...
What mental work? Tell me. She hasn't seen anyone. She hasn't learned any new strategies. I am currently conscious and don't appear to be actively high. That is the mental work she's doing.
First week, I was out of it. Like,
Yeah, we know.
I think it was a week or maybe the second week.
I mean, I wouldn't expect her to remember with the amount of THC she was on.
There was like a time where I was just like...
A fly has just flown straight into my drink.
out of it, morning, night. You know what I mean? So
we know
to
what
feel,
you mean.
The worst thing I thought I was going to die because...
The worst thing was I thought I was going to die. She says that so casually.
I was having anxiety attacks that were like really bad. I'm telling
Are you sure they were anxiety? You think the level of paranoia she had would extend to her own health, but no, we're here.
you, I was numbing my emotions by just gummy after gummy all day long.
You think that she would be more careful about discussing this stuff, but like I said, the eating disorder language is a lot more explicit right now than the other things.
Now it's like nighttime when I even think about that, but I know that I have to cut back and it's not good for me, but I'm sorry, like I look forward to it. The feeling like I want to tear down my walls, I felt closed in. I can't stand it.
Please go and talk to somebody. Somebody in a professional sense.
waiting for an appointment with a healthcare person because
That's very vague.
I gotta give them some documents and stuff.
Oh, an admin person.
I didn't think because I thought Salah and I were fighting so much. When I was in Syria, I was happy to come back to Canada and excited. You know, I have a place.
You couldn't stand being in Syria. Try remembering that more often.
And when I got here, I never in my wildest dreams imagined that I would have that reaction to leaving. And I think part of it was, you know, missing the comfort routine, not knowing what the hell to do with myself, and realizing that this is it. Like, you're gonna have to. You have nowhere to go. You have to stay. And
that was always the worst for her. Just literally being like, oh, I made this bed and now I have to shit in it.
Work on yourself. It's like inevitable now, you know. Near the end, we had a couple big fights in Syria that kind of.
We saw a couple of big fights, madam.
Just like ruined, like just kind of confirmed, like, this is just not going to work. I have so much in my life I need to fix on a personal level that no matter where I go or how I live my life, it's just going to be wrong. It's always going to be cause issues for me. So I'm here to get better. I feel like I'm
definitely not for Salah. Definitely not to prove a point.
I'm just realizing a lot of stuff and I'm overwhelmed, and I wish I could like put it all into words for you guys. I know like you guys have heard a lot of this before, so.
We've heard this so many times before. This is classic phase one.
I don't want to like talk too much. I want to like walk the walk. Pete and I decided, I thought it would be better. Like I told him he was wanting to, you know, like said maybe we should book the movers or whatever. And I said, I think that we should wait. Like,
this is a dead giveaway, even before she says it, that this is about Salah. Because if Pete moves in, that door is closed completely. I don't think she realizes that door is closed already, but that door is closed. She doesn't give a shit about what's better for Pete or not. She cares about what's better for her.
I think I want to be in Canada like maybe a solid 6 months to a year, and just focus on myself.
And that just happens to be how long Salah has set before they discuss things again.
No distractions. And if I am here for like a solid year and I don't plan on going anywhere and I've got my stuff more together and I think that I'm more stable, then I feel more comfortable inviting him to come live with me, because I don't think, thanks Witchy, I don't think it's a good idea to upheave Pete's. It's not even about Salah. What if I want to be with someone else?
It's definitely about Salah.
It has nothing to do with Salah, actually. Like,
Actually, that's a lie.
At first, I was like really sad, and now I just figure whatever happens, happens. Like, I know people don't believe that, but like I believe like if Allah wants Salah and I to be together, married in the eyes of God, then we will reunite.
Well, you're certainly not going to be married in the eyes of the law, are you?
And if not, then we won't. I think that was the grieving part too, because like a part of me knows like inside that we're just very different. If you just want to remember, the only way he will take you back is if you make a list of changes. That's not love. I agree.
Just in case you need to hear it again.
Agree with that. Except the things that he doesn't.
Except I'm gonna ignore it.
Like about me are things that are not good for me anyways. Do you know what I mean? And it's not. I'm not changing for him. Like I really don't have him in mind at all when I say all these things.
That is a lie.
Thinking of myself. There's no way the worst, most toxic thing I could do would be to go on Tinder. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious, but toxic AF. But again, she knows that she doesn't have the monetary value she used to have. And that was how she was getting over all the other things. She was going after men that were looking for what she had, which in her case were finances. And that's why she ended up dating the types of men she dated, because she was enticing them with money that she can no longer entice them with. So she knows very well that she is a tough deal to make in her current state. Physically, she struggles. Mentally, she struggles. Emotionally, she is unregulated. So Tinder would not be a good experience for her.
Would she accept him back? Yeah, no, honestly. He's gonna, be careful what he wishes for, because if he's gonna say, oh, you need to do this and this and this, get your shit together, and then maybe we'll talk. Well, whenever I have all my shit together, I'm gonna want to be with someone who has their shit together, so I hope.
Rule 1, Chantal lies. Rule 2, Chantal always tells on herself. So they've had a conversation where he said you need to get your shit together in a number of ways that he knows damn well she can't get her shit together. And she's trying to be a big man here saying, oh yeah, well, if I do that, you better have your shit together. Dude, he's got his. He may be in Syria of all places, but by Syrian standards, dude's got a house, dude is doing his thing. He's got relatives in other countries. He's got more selling points for the people who would be looking than she does. But yeah, you go ahead and give the warning and then say it's nothing to do with him. Go ahead.
The person that, in the future, if that happens, I hope they have their shit together too. I won't be surprised if they figure it out. I don't know why they would bother wasting all their time, but I get...
Well, you tend to flip cameras and that tends to be interesting.
To harass me, yes. They won't know my apartment number, but if they know the building, they'll contact the building managers and be annoying.
I know I've heard that she's now been doxxed, right? Don't know any other information because I thought if I didn't come and record this now, I'd just fall asleep and not want to do it. But there is a very good chance that I'm going to turn on Twitter and know exactly where she lives. That being said, I know there are people out there that just want to throw out and on the streets and whatever. I want to see what happens, and to do that, she needs somewhere that she can live. Don't involve people not involved in this channel. Don't involve landlords. Don't call people in real life. Just let us watch our shows. She challenges people to do their worst and then is shocked when she gets doxxed. I get it. I do. She's not a likable person in any sense. I get that the information is going to be out there, but we don't need to be calling people. All right, the information is out there. They win. Now let's just see.
Shoot, I have turmeric stain on the counter, on the table, top thing. How do I get that out? Magic eraser?
No idea.
Let's try
that.
That
is.
Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go for now, and I'll come back when it's time to bees. We'll see you later.
Okay, so this is the last one. No thumbnail because she deleted it. I don't currently know what the name of it was. I don't suppose it matters. We've got about 4 minutes.
Wheelchair bees.
Are you sure? Because it looks pretty sad to me. I don't know what her filter is doing in this one. I know that the way her hand is kind of stretching out her eye, but the filter is making it more extreme. And you're going to see this in this. It looks like someone's drawn her eyes on differently.
Oh, I named the cat. Okay, I'm thinking of naming her Tinkerbell because I can say Tinky.
She has such terrible ideas for names. I'm not getting into this again, but she does.
Give me a Tinky. We can call...
Her other one was BBL because she smells like a Brazilian butt lift. Who even thinks like that? Like, it's just so unimaginative. I called the other one BBJ, so I want something similar because I can't think of another name despite having all of my audience suggest things.
Or Stinky Tinky. I'm not interested in guys at all right now.
That. Look what's going on with the shape of her eyes right now. Now, eyeliner can do a lot. I'm not always the most consistent with my eyeliner, so occasionally it gets me too. But what is going on here? One eye is literally a third of the size of the other. That's got to be a filter fail.
Whatsoever. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to be like, and this is not any kind of dig at anyone. It's just, I'm going to be extremely picky.
I will say here and now, I don't think anyone needs to choose anyone. But Chantal of all people sitting here saying she's going to be picky, like she's got those kinds of choices, is insane to me.
Like, I'm not compromising, like, anything that I want in a partner, so. Oh my gosh, she's gonna destroy something. Hey! No! Oh my god.
Gotta turn the camera. Just get up. Camera's not pointed at anything.
Yes! What are you doing?
At the moment, at least.
Oh my god. No! How do you discipline a cat? Like, I've never had a naughty kitten.
You've had how many cats in your life?
Don't upset Mom. She jumped. My TV is about half of an inch. No. Maybe quarter of an inch in size. And she jumps on it and stands on it. Like, how? Oh my gosh. She went right back up there. Hold on, I just want to see what she's going to do.
So you just leave it in there now?
No! Hey, no. Oh my god.
She's doing nothing about this but say no, like the cat cares.
I'm going to break one. No. She's going to break the TV. I know it.
Okay.
No.
You gonna do something other than say
Yes.
no? You gonna pick her up
Stay
and
there.
move her? No.
Are you trying to get me to exercise? Like, honestly. I tried to paint my nails with henna, and it didn't stick because I didn't put it on long enough.
No.
So now it just looks like...
It looks like her fingernails have been bleeding, like she's picked at them.
It looks bad. I don't know what it looks like.
Which
Hi,
her bloody
baby.
fingers, yeah.
Are you coming to say hi to everybody? Oh, the glass in my toe. It must be there or it must have come out.
Well, those are the two options, yes.
A goal? I don't know. Hopefully I can pay off my debts. Nighttime routine?
Hopefully. Plan to do that. Content I would watch, okay? I'm giving myself X amount this week. Let's break down what I spent it on. Because she wouldn't sit down and actually make a budget. So just having her have a limited amount in a week and see where it goes would be interesting as an exercise.
Please read your... Oh, no.
And this is where Foodie essentially doxed herself. Because the moment she shows the apartment, you know someone's going to find it. And worse, she showed a window which appears to have some kind of supermarket below it. So she's shown kind of some windowsills, some fixtures, some doors, and the view outside. Good job.
No.
Oh, answering questions and stuff as usual. That was the name of the stream. Can I tell you what I love about this though? Just in a second. Hang on. Look at this.
Tracy, this is what happens when I have to scroll up.
Blaming Tracy! Immediately. Tracy just going, scroll up and read my comment. And then when you look at the chat or the chat going, Tracy, just retype it. It's now Tracy's fault. Never mind that she did exactly this to herself in Qatar, that she has flipped her camera numerous times and revealed things she didn't mean to. It's Tracy's fault. Turn on her. Can we get an apartment tour now? Yes! Okay, you've done it. It's too late. Just embrace the other content you can now do. You can do apartment tours, you can do decorating, you can do kitchen stuff. You can go out and show us around because now people are going to know where you live anyway. It opens up a whole world of content you were too scared to do before now. The worst has happened. Move on. This actually, as a positive, could be really good for you because she was talking about how she didn't like the place and now she's learning to like it. And part of that is like doing things to make it something you like. I've talked about decorating and all of that. It's too late now, so embrace all the stuff you can do now that you don't have to hide the location anymore. Tracy's response, well, did you read it? I didn't notice that. That's a priority. And what was the comment? What was so important? Someone tell me. And then Nina, the other mod's like, she always does it.
I didn't read it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, she's about to start uni. No, she didn't read it. This is so funny. I didn't even realize.
Someone's probably already recorded it.
The farm's already found out where she lives. Well, I'm sure the moment I go on Twitter to say that this is out, I'll be able to see it.
I'll try anyways.
By the way, your view looks nice as hell. Yeah, just point it out, Nina. Look, there appears to be some kind of supermarket nearby. I'm sure that won't be hard to pin down. It's kind of a good idea for her to be across the street from a supermarket though, because she didn't have a car and she can't walk far. That's perfect for her. And then she immediately deleted the live and it was too late, but there we go. All right, guys, so that's where we are. If I was a hopeful kind of person, I could say at least we've got a chance at getting other type of content that I might actually enjoy now. That would be nice. It's still Chantel, so probably not, but that would be nice. I guess we'll see where she goes with this. All right, everybody, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.